Hi guys, how are you doing? How have you been? My name is Leah Gadura, for those who are new to the channel. Thank you so much for those who chose to stay even when I was away. I don't take that for granted. And I appreciate you so much. It's only that I cannot afford, or I'm not in a position to send flowers to all of you, all the 393 subscribers. But if I was in a position to, oh my goodness, I would definitely do that. So today, ni usiku huku, on my side it's at night, but I just had something on social media and I'm like, wow, so these things, it's so early, we accept that they are here, and I think it's time we sit down as people, as my fans, as us Kenyans, to accept the reality that these things are happening, and we move on, and you know how to deal with it. So recently I have been thinking about beginning to go to church where I live, because it's not funny. I'm brought up in such a way whereby I need to go to church every Sunday, but I realized if I'm not in my mom's place, I don't go to church. I only go to church when I'm in the village, because I see my mom doing it, and I feel like in my heart I need to go there, because I feel that's where I am at peace, according to how my mom brought me up. So me thinking of going back to church, I came across this video of this woman who was scammed 40 millions in a business deal, and she ended up going to church to seek comfort and peace, because as you know, 40 million Kenya shillings is not less money. It's actually a lot of money, and very few people get a chance to get such amount of money. So when she was scammed, she went to seek comfort in a church. Guys, forgive my English, but please understand me. So she went to Pastor Harrison Nganga. I believe most of you have watched this video in so many platforms, especially on social media, on TikTok and on Facebook, some of you. So it got me thinking, and I'm like, guys, is church a scam? Do we have so many churches which are scams in Kenya, and people are so much afraid to talk about them? And how much are you supposed to spend in a church? And what are the reasons that should actually push you to spend in a certain church? Because this story is a woman who now wants Pastor Harrison Nganga to give back her money that she actually offered as a seed. She sowed a seed. Like most of the Christians, I know you will get this. Most of us, we get in a situation whereby we are in a situation whereby we plant seeds. So this woman says he planted seeds worth like 5 million Kenya shillings that remained when she was scammed over 40 million in a business. So when you lose, let's think about what would happen when you lose like 40 million Kenya shillings in a business. Let's think. One thing that got to my mind was like, one thing, lazima ushikwe na depression, kwa sababu that means one business will close and the other will follow. Number 3, you will be left in a lot of loans that you will actually be unable to pay. Number 4, you will never be you, because you have nothing. You will literally sell everything to try and pay the debts that you owe, because you know, for you to run a successful, most of people, for us to run successful businesses, you find yourself in situation whereby you have to take loans, because I mean, without loans, what will you do? Especially when you're in Kenya, where there is no capital. So anyway, so I'm finding a very distressful, or a very stressed woman mentally, and a woman who is not herself, and a woman who is like now thinking, oh my goodness, everything is lost. Now what will happen to my kids? And then this woman decides to go to a church, and then she finds a church whereby she's being told, please plant a seed. Sow seeds so that your money can come back. Sow those seeds so that your money, you know, she's welcomed in a church with a lot of hopes. I hope there's another language that I can use. So she finds herself in a situation whereby she's at the mercy of a pastor. And the pastor, remember, ni mtu tu amepatwa na mtu. Hajui, like, he does not know how much you have remaining. Because if I was Pastor Harrison Nganga, siwezi mwambia, please don't offer, please don't sow seeds. I think I would still do the same. I mean, sow seeds, I would preach normally, not trying to like manipulate you. I would preach. If you're touched by what I said when I was preaching and you think of sowing a seed, then that's on you. I have not actually come and stole the money from you. So anyway, what I'm trying to mean is, but I don't see how this woman is saying she got conned by a pastor, because was it by force? No. So anyway, let's come to in another version. The other version of me was like, let me ask you guys, all of you or all of us in this platform, we are among those who go to churches, right? So how safe are you in that church that you're investing so much to? Okay. Or why do you go to church? In the first place, why do we go to churches? And why do we stick to one church and we don't move around from one church? At hii Sunday naenda hii kanisa, hii Sunday ingine naenda hii kanisa, na hiyo ingine naenda hiyo kanisa. Personally, according to what my mom taught me, unless something has really forced you to yani, unless something has really forced you to move from one church to another, my mom taught me it's good to maintain one church, unless there is a reason whereby, you know, unajua unaweza enda church ingine uone the faith or whatever they are teaching, it's not whatever you are taught and you are against their teaching. I'm not saying that you stick to that church. It's good to move. But if the church has no problem and your spiritual growth connects to whatever the pastors are preaching, then stick to one church. Reason being is, you will invest in a church because in one way or another, you will expect that church to pay you back. Please, okay, don't judge me. Let me finish. I'm not saying this church will pay you back like the money you gave, but you invest in one church so that in case there is a problem, you will get a place you can associate yourself with. For example, if somebody dies, like your child dies, there is a church to come and bury that child. If you have a wedding, like me, I am not married, I'm not dating. If I ever find myself a good husband who will choose to marry me. I have a church that will support me through the journey, and that will see me through, you know, and I will have a place that I can hold my wedding. The reason why I have said that is Pastor Harrison Nganga does not owe anything to this woman, but where is this statement? Where did humanity go? Because Pastor Harrison Nganga, if whatever the lady saying is true, because I mean, we don't know whether the lady was giving or if it's a story she made up, or, you know, we don't know. But if at all it is true, Pastor Nganga Harrison is aware that this woman at one time was giving or was sowing seeds, and that this woman at one point she supported the church, that this woman at another point she, you know, she did 1, 2, 3. Her work can be seen. That is between now Pastor Harrison Nganga and this woman. Between both of them, they know who is talking the truth. So to be honest, where did humanity go? If I was coming and if I was supporting, because when you sow seeds with money, whether we want to accept or whether we want to refuse, the fact is that is money you've invested, and that money you never got it or collected it for free. You worked so hard for it. Now that everything has gone sour, this man can still remember one good thing you did in that church. This man now is also not a broke man. To be honest, God has really blessed him. Tuseme tu kweli. So, if God has really blessed him, na nakumbuka kuna ile siku ulishikanisha 10,000, 1,100, 1,500 mahali, mbona asikuje tu akuinue, or tell the church to support you because you supported them? Where did, like, ninue? We are in a society whereby whether you like it or not, do not offer services for free. Even in churches, we don't offer services for free, to be honest. It's that we don't like charge directly, but we are sowing seeds so that God can do something, or God can change our lives, or God can give us husbands, or God can give us children for those who are suffering, you know. So we are expecting something. When you plant or when you sow a seed, we are told that, you know, you sow a seed so that God can do something for you. So it's not for free. You have expectations. Yes, you're not being sold. Huziwi, lakini to be honest, unatoa ili Mungu akufanyie kitu. Huyu mama this time anasema right now aliharibu maisha yake na hakaharibia watoto wake maisha. Why? Everything that remained after being scammed 40 million, she took it to the church trying to look or trying to seek comfort. Okay? I do not blame Pastor Harrison Nganga because, for one, if you come to my church and you start sowing seeds, I cannot tell you that those seeds are enough, because you are the only person who knows the kind of problems or the kind of reasons that you are sowing seeds for. Okay? So siezi sema iti aliskamiwa na Pastor Nganga, but all I can say is why can this man not try to come in and help? Because at one point in life, this woman also came in for help. Okay? So another thing, guys, it's about time we realize that most of the churches in Kenya, they are a scam. It's a high time you realize that most of the churches are businesses. These people, these pastors come to preach expecting that whatever message they will preach will make you go back to your pocket and remove money and give them. Most of them, I never said every church. So when you are giving, ask yourself, do I have food? Because for me, if you have 3 kids and you're not working, oh my goodness, in my house there are a lot of mosquitoes. So if you have 3 kids and you're not working, and let's say, for example, you only have 200 bob, can you go to church and offer that 200 expecting God to come from heaven and drop food on the table? No. But that is something most of these pastors are not preaching reality. Please do not go and offer to churches and leave yourself without something. Ata Mungu, yani, ata I doubt whether God would love that children watoto wangu walale njaa ndo niende nikatoe offering. Nitakuwa namfurahisha ama nafurahisha? You know, some things does not make sense. Guys, we are in such a time whereby a pastor can stand on a pulpit and say that selling dildos is right, or a pastor can say selling your bodies is the right thing to do, just because Leah, for example, Leah, who comes to church and gives a tithe of 1 million Kenya shillings, sells herself. The pastor will try to make it look like whatever I am doing is right, just because I have something to offer. Imagine a whole pastor standing on a pulpit or in a congregation, no matter how much, with all the influence, because some of these pastors really have a huge following, standing on a congregation and saying that selling dildos is right, just because Leah, now me, for example, I sell dildos and I come and I give tithe of 1 million, na mwingine mwenye anafanya the right thing does not have that kind of money. We are at such a time. So guys, please, when you're going or when you're choosing a church, know that, one, you have your own life, and if you are a parent, know that your kids depend on you. When you're going there to tithe, when you're going to give offering, always have a mind that's always have something or a mentality that is, I don't know, always have that conscience that is telling you, hey Martin, hey Joroge, hey Leah, you have kids, these kids do not have supper today. When you're holding that offering, before you go to offer it, remind yourself your responsibilities. And if I give this amount of money, will my kids eat, or will I suffer, or will I start trekking from this church towards home, and maybe home is like 20 kilometers? Then why were you offering? Guys, it's about time we live a reality. That's why you can find that in 21st century, we still have issues like shakahola. Why? People have so many problems, and people are looking for blessings from everywhere. People are looking like, people are depressed. One thing that I realized now that I am grown is that I don't think my mom really taught me what maturity was, because I never expected this to be the way it is right now. One thing is that, another thing is that I never expected that I can graduate and lack a job for so long. Those are among the things that are reality that nobody prepared most of us. So you find that people are really struggling. And if you look like you have small money, you have a very big influence. People want to listen to you because they want to know what you did so that you can be successful, not knowing that maybe you are actually even faking it. And it's so unfortunate that maybe your reason of wanting to know why this so and so is living a better life is what leads you to more problems. Like, ukitaka kujua how come Slayer lives a good life, na mimi nakuja na kudanganya nilifanya na hivi na hivi. Like, I will influence you. If I tell you I sell myself, you will literally go and start prostitution because you have that feeling that I really told you the truth. It has taken me it has taken me a period of so many years, ever since I was born up to now. Now I'm not old, but I'm there, I'm a youth, and I am still learning. I have come to realize that people, one thing, they are never genuine. Another thing, people just want something from you. Nobody is real. Very few people are real. People just want something. People will want you because of what you're giving. And it's so unfortunate that nobody told us. You know, sisi tulikuwa tunafikiria. Mimi, when I was growing up, I was thinking that people are real. People, you know, people will always be there to help where you need like help. Because if you, like, I believe if you have more than enough and your friend doesn't have, according to how my mom brought us up, you're supposed to share. But in reality, right now, hakuko hivyo. So when you go to invest in a church, ask yourself some questions. If at all there'll come a reason, or yes, if at all I ever have a reason, or if I ever need support from this church, will they be there to support me? Or and some of these questions you ask yourself, you learn the answers from how these pastors treat their members. Unajua hakukosangi stories kwa kanisa. Utapata stories za unaona ule mama alikuwa anakuja, anatoa, sai ni mgonjwa, anakufia kwa nyumba kwa sababu hana dawa. And yet this person at one point of life, she supported the members, the other church members. Why can't they do the same? So be very cautious. I even tell people, take 2 years. If that will make you get yourself a good church. Do you know, nimekuja kurealize siku hizi hata ukienda kanisa, most of the pastors are just preaching give. Most of the sermons are just about giving. Hakuna, very few churches will come and tell you, wewe hiyo nguo, to be honest, and you're a Christian, haiendi poa. Kwanza kama uko na pesa, you can never be corrected in most of the churches, kwa sababu they feel like if they correct you, who will now be giving them 10% and other members don't give? Who will now be coming there with cars and taking pastors for trips? Or we are in a situation whereby there is a lot of hypocrisy among people. We have a lot of hypocrisy. You can never know who is real. Because to me, if I was Pastor Harrison, I would try to, of course you can never give her 40 million because you are not even there when this money was getting lost. And again, you can never put up a multi-billion or a multi-million company for her. But I think I would how can I help this woman? Because For me, I see a very distressed woman when she was coming to your church. Why don't you and your members, because all of you benefited in one way or another, because maybe those seeds she used to sow in one way or another ilisaidia mahali kwa hiyo kanisa. Either ilijenga kanisa, either ilikubaia gari, or either ilibaia deacon ama ikalipia mtu ama mshirika kwa kanisa, hospitali. You never know. She was once so supportive of that church. Why can't you also do the same? Kurudisha mkono. Because I mean, kwani, you know, me, I don't know. I fail to like sit down and discuss that kind of issue. And anyway, guys, you can tell me what you think. Am I wrong? If I am wrong, please comment down there, correct me. But all I can say, if you will end up in a church that will misuse and misuse and misuse you until they leave you dead, please leave that church. I would rather not stop you from going to that church, because most of the churches are like that anyway. Shakahola started like that, and after that watu wanatolewa huko wakiwa wamekufa. Anyway, guys, let's enlighten each other. Let's try to educate. And as a parent, all those people who have kids, when you're bringing them up at a certain age, try to make them educate them the facts of life, okay? Don't just bring them up to be innocent and naive, because being naive, especially in Nairobi, will cost you your life. It will cost you your life. People will misuse you until they leave you dead. So parents, when you bring your kids up, wacha kuambia ati mtu anakuta mtoto wako na ndazi, atunaambia mtoto wako ati mkatie nusu na yeye akule nusu. The world is not like that. It's not that fair. The world is like, mtu anaona mtoto wako na ndazi, badala achukua kate, yeye anachukua yote, mtoto wako anashinda njaa. And it's about high time you educate your kids to love themselves. Love yourself first. Take care of yourself first. You cannot be going round your neighbors to feed them na uliacha bibi yako bila chakula kwa nyumba. It does not work like that. Yes, watu watakudanganya, ati share, and your wife is sleeping hungry. It does not work like that. And it's about high time people take reality of things. Anyway, guys, have a good night for those it's at night, and have a good day for those kwao ni mchana. And please subscribe. When I get more content, I'll be shooting. And thank you so much for the love. Bye bye.